Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
Huh? Nope. Nope.
Mamma mia!
This is Jason from Retro Gaming Asylum. Welcome to Game Masters.
Well, looky, who got the cookie? It's not me, it must be you.
Hey, we're giving out cookies. I'll take
No,
some.
it's just it's that time of the week again. After a crazy week, we do this game show. I was telling Brandy, we're looking for like the game of the week and stuff. What we've been playing this week. I haven't played any games this week. This is the first week in a long time. I've been so busy. I haven't played any games. We got the convention coming up tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
I'm going
We
to
sure do.
GDEX Korg, my first time at GDEX. And I got the truck loaded. My son and I got that loaded. We're driving out tomorrow morning. We're going to be hopefully on the road by like 7. You know how that goes. Got to get gas, get some water, and that type of thing. And then I'm hoping to get to Columbus, get in there by like a little bit before 10, get everything in there at 10, try to get her passes, and then start.
Nice.
I don't know if I should get my passes before or after I start setting up. Usually they want you to get them beforehand, right? They want you to wear them.
Yeah, sometimes, or if you just sneak past and you just keep setting up, sometimes they'll come over to you. Just depends.
Yeah. So, Will Ain't Dead in the chat room from the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast. He said, "Hello, this is Nintendo. Cease and desist the use of our beloved mascot immediately." Oh yeah, with the countdown timer. I didn't make that though. That's the other thing. And my daughter's in here. She's looking forward. She loves convention season.
Look, she's giving. You got cookies.
She's got cookies. We've got Isaac. You know, Mr. Rightway. I was in the chat room last week with Marcus, showing some support for them and Steve, and but Mark mainly, because I was interested to hear what they had to say. And Isaac was in there, and I have a reputation from when I used to be on that show a long time ago, because what would you call the thick grips on like a Switch adapter, so it's not really thin, like you've got some beef to it, maybe some meat, right?
Heftiness.
Yes. So you think just like I did. So I started calling these things, they're like meat grips, and everybody lost it in the chat room. Everybody lost it in the chat room.
Oh, he's saying, "Oh no."
Isaac was instigating in it, and it's funny because like I'm being like now I'm being dead serious about it, and everybody lost it, and I didn't understand for like 20 minutes. Pause. There you go. I didn't understand why everybody was like losing it, and then I started that. Yeah, then the 11 o'clock guy thing rolled around, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. So
yeah, you started something over there.
Apparently I did. So PNX World, what's going on? It was momentum. Yeah, it was a monumental episode. I don't know why it shows it over there. It's weird. Well, anyways, it was a monumental episode. Yeah, I think that'll go down in the history books. It's a different show with what Brandy and I have compared to how I was over there. But neither here nor there. We are in for the long haul, Brandy. We have I have the convention tomorrow. Then I'm off next week from conventions, but you're going to.
Yes, Retro World Expo in Connecticut. I have a lot of cool stuff, okay? You guys have to stop by my little booth. One, I have merch and stuff, not just for Game Raymer, but for the Game Masters. And then when we get to our pickups, y'all need to see what I picked up. This is wild. I discovered a little honey hole, and I'm not telling no one.
Remember, wait till we get to that part. So anyways, we've been looking around. I actually got my Game Masters hat I picked up. All right. I think it looks pretty good. So hopefully we're gonna get something going where we can get it to where if people want to order. I wear hats a lot, so for me, I have a T-shirt, but I also wanted the hat. I'm gonna wear it all this weekend, so you'll be able to find me. The Game Masters. I'll have probably a Tech Buzz T-shirt on it some days. Some days I have a Game Masters shirt that's red. I'll be wearing that at some point. So if you're there in Columbus, is where we're gonna be at. Yeah, I'm at pretty much local conventions this year. Columbus, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. That's what I was going to say. So the week after Brandy gets back from Retro World, we're both going to be in Cleveland.
Yes, I will be there.
And then a week after that, we both have nothing. And then the week after that, we'll be in Pittsburgh. And then a week after that, you'll be at Retro Rick's convention.
Yeah, as long as everything makes it. That's what I intend to do. I still have to. I'm like last minute on everything. I still have to book the flights and the hotel, and
that's because you're a gatekeeper. Even Will says that. Will says you're not telling anybody about your honey hole. You say gatekeeper.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've been called that this week.
Go Pittsburgh, says
Go
Isaac.
Pittsburgh.
Hey, what's going on, Mysticles? Hey, Mysticles, are you going to be at Corgs this weekend? I think I heard he was.
Cleveland?
Oh, he did. He said, I will see you Saturday at Corks. Good. We'll save you a spot at the table, man.
Nice. Is he going to Cleveland too?
Yeah, are you going to Cleveland?
or just Cord?
Ishmael, what's going on? PNX World, Busy Bee. Yeah, we're this is like busy season. So unfortunately I didn't get to play any games this week. I wanted to even get on some Fortnite. Some of the days that I had time, I just was not in the mood. Yeah. But maybe I'll get into some of it next week. But for right now, I got some other stuff I gotta get done. And then Brandy, I just dread because you just found out tonight that I was bringing my whole setup, my whole panel table. So yeah. So guys, if you can't make it and you want to see what's going on, go to my channel tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow because I won't be streaming live unless I run a test. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to be live throughout the whole day. We'll go live for an hour, then we'll kill it, and I'll tell you what time we're coming back, and then we're going to go live. So if you want to have a weekend full of gaming convention goodness, you definitely want to tune in. And then in Cleveland, Brandy, we'll be doing the same thing. Only it'll be you and I, and we'll have it on both channels.
Yep, we'll be doing that. We'll have some fun topics that we're planning out, some different things. So make sure you guys stay tuned because we will have some fun stuff going on. Definitely going to make tons of content for, all of this, and definitely cannot wait.
Yep. So we're gonna have some fun. I didn't really see a lot. I'll be honest. I didn't really. No news jumped really out at me. Did you see anything this week newsworthy of us running the news bumper? I don't think so.
I'm like, I don't think so.
I didn't think so
I think
either.
all of our breaking news was told last time. You have to watch that clip.
Yeah. So let's just jump in. This is going to be a shorter podcast tonight. I just want to let everybody know so you're not like freaking out. Just this week because I still have some computers I have to take down and put in the bag for tomorrow, and I got to get up really early. So I told Brandy, I was like, let's finish this by 9:00. Give everybody their Game Masters fix, and then next week, hopefully, we should be back relatively to our normal. Well, no, because you'll have to get up early, so we won't be doing it real long next week either. Because you'll be getting up. But I think when we go to Cleveland, we're not going in until Friday, right? You're not, or you're coming in Saturday.
I think I'm going in Friday still.
Oh, you're going in Friday, so we at least have Thursday to kind of recoup before driving up. So. So the week of Cleveland, we can do the longer show. But this week and next week, because Retro World. Wait, no, Retro World, you're not going up till Friday, right?
Yeah, so we can.
We can still do. We can do normal next week. Yeah, I was thinking you had to go. See, I have to go Thursday. Yeah. Because if you guys have never seen the setup that I do at a convention, I have a big long spread of microphones. Usually, it's like 2 8-foot tables together. Mystically's will tell you, Brandy will tell you from being there.
It's pretty impressive, I will say.
We have about, what do we have, like 8 microphones. We have everybody on a table, a panel, and then we have multiple cameras. Yep. And then my kids do a lot of the switching. Area. Yeah, just like we do here, we'll do like the switching. We'll do the microphones for the audience, the TVs that they can see, a PA system so that they're able to hear us.
Yep.
And so I got to set all that up tomorrow there.
Yep.
So for the weekend. And then luckily, when my wife and all them get there, and Dr. Scott will be there, he'll be able to help me tear it down afterwards, and all that good stuff. So let's jump into Brandy. Let's get into, I think, what are we playing this week, right? Because I think that you're the only one with one this week, so let's dive into it. All right. What are we looking at?
Yes, so this is my little arcade in the basement. We got my Sega Saturn kiosk. I'm working on a video, so I had to get some more footage. These are some of the light gun games. So this is going to be Virtual Cop. Now, I do have a legit Virtual Cop 2 arcade machine in my garage, but this feels so convenient. Just setting up with the light guns, you could use the Japanese one, so I have the black light gun, but I also have the bright orange one as well. And I've just been playing through all those light gun games. So like House of the Dead, Virtual Cop 2, just so many fun ones on the Sega Saturn. And it really does feel like you're in one of those dark and dingy arcades from back in the day, and it's a lot of fun. So that's what I was playing. Trying not to shoot the innocents, and just those cheesy games where they're a lot of fun. Just quick. You want to try and improve your accuracy and stuff, and then they throw out like weird little things so you can get like the shotgun or like different, magazines where you can hold more capacity and things like that. So
you're too close. That's cheating, Will says.
Hey, mind your business. I was having a good time. Well, I was also trying to like capture that look for the video, so I didn't want to stand across. I mean, it is kind of narrow there too, so. But I wanted to get the light gun in the video so that you can see that I'm, actually playing the game.
Excuses. Somebody say Sega Saturn Manny's Arcade wanted to know.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. What's funny is I still got to get it to work where it brings up from both Facebooks. But for right now, I have it over here with Michael. Michael's over there, and he says, and me, who is probably the only one who uses Facebook. You know what? More and more people watch it on YouTube. But Brandy said, let's just keep it going on Facebook so that way people can see it and come on. But if you feel lonely over there, Michael, come on over to YouTube. We don't bite over here. So Stephanie says, I'm playing SpongeBob on the iPhone.
Yeah, we both play it. It's like SpongeBob Adventures. I have it loading real quick. It's like one of those addicting games where you do a bunch of different. It's Adventures in a Jam, SpongeBob. It's like you have to like harvest things like crops, and then you have to collect.
Isn't that like Farmville or something like that?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like extra.
Oh,
it's like SpongeBob, and they have different activities. It's real addicting. I don't recommend because you will get hooked. So.
Yeah, all these games get hooked. I still have to get to level 90 so I can get the Green Ranger in Fortnite, and then I get to the level 100 so I can get the White Ranger. And I got to purpose that in a couple of days. I just what did you tell me before? I just got to live life. I can't worry about stuff. So
yeah, live your best life.
Live my best life. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to hopefully like Monday or Tuesday in the afternoon. I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Get some stuff going. Smash that like, says Mystic Lees. Really appreciate all that. And I do want to say, like, I really appreciate everybody that's been subscribing. If you're listening to the podcast, maybe you don't show up in the chat room at all. Maybe just watch the videos. I didn't have a video this week because, well, I'm going to be at the convention. So you're going to get like a ton of videos. You're going to get a lot of live videos. They're probably going to be like 15 to 20 live sessions of an hour long that you are going to be annoyed and hate me by the end of the weekend. No, I'm just kidding. But I figure if I'm doing that, I'm going to take a break from Brandy from like doing the traditional video that I would do here and just do like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is just going to be like video after video after video of live stream podcast. If you guys like the podcast, that's what you don't want to miss it because that's what we're going to have. We're going to have a table full of people. Hopefully indie developers will come up. It'll be a lot of fun. Which is the topic of today's deal or no deal when you're going to conventions, Brandy. Before we get into like some of the community and what they have to say about stuff like that, the deal or no deal when you're going to conventions, people are always asking like, what should I look out for? What do I need to do? Ladies first, what do you look at when you go to a convention? Are you just looking for games? What draws your eye in when you first go?
Well, you know me. I look for a little bit of everything, but I like to be strategic when it comes to that. So it's pretty much like I don't want to overspend or overpay right away. I want to kind of scope it all out. I want to see what oddities are there, what rare items, what can I find at this convention that I cannot find at any of the game stores near me. You know, most of the time not on eBay or, you know, even Facebook Marketplace. Are these like crazy rare or obscure items? That's the stuff that I look at. And if I am looking for games, I want to scope out every table because I don't want to pay even $1 more. You know, I want to find the cheapest, the best quality, and I want to see where those deals are. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's very interesting because I do something like a lot of people go in and they like, oh, I want to buy this game or I want to buy that game, and don't get me wrong, I do that usually, but lately when I've been going to conventions, what I'm looking for is the thing that I'm not going to find anywhere else. I want that, like you guys have all seen, like, you know, when Kevin jumps in the chat room, like I've been after him for that Mario, and I still might make a trade deal with him. We'll have to see if he, in Cleveland, if he does that. That would make my Cleveland if he does that trade deal and I can get that Mario. Like I don't care if I wouldn't buy anything else there. Like that right now is my grail. Like I want that thing in the worst way in the game room.
Nice.
But I think that you have to watch. You have to watch, because I know when we were going around, Brandy, Johnny Graphics actually found that people were selling. I think it was either Dreamcast or it was fake PS2 games. I want to say it was PS2 games. If he's in the chat room, he could probably elaborate. But it was one of the conventions. I'm not going to say which convention it was, but you can't police it. But you have to watch. You have to be very careful. And if you're not aware, you have to be able to have somebody with you that can do that. Let's see here. DVK4. I've been wanting to check out a convention. I've never been to one. I see the Columbus and Cleveland ads pop up recently. Thought about Columbus. Well, Columbus this weekend, man. That's the day you want to go. You can meet me. I'll be there. We'll be there having a good time on the panel. Heck, maybe we'll even drag you on the panel. But Brandy, I think that's one of the things that I would caution people with. To me, that's a no deal, because a lot of times people go in and they see these games and they're like, oh, look how cheap this is, and only to come home to find out that they're either repros or, you know, copies. Johnny Arcade says he looks for cheap info. Johnny, what was the game that you found that was fake at the convention we were at? I don't want to say what convention it was. You know what I'm talking about. What was it for, Dreamcast or was it PlayStation 2?
Yeah, because even like PNX World, they're saying to avoid buying Pokemon games at conventions, especially if you're not too familiar, because you don't know, always. If you're not familiar, I would stay away from it. But if you're 100% confident, you don't want to. Even Stephanie, she said, "WoW Games wannabes." So we actually had a game store by us. There were 3 of them in Maryland, and I got them shut down. They were selling all fake video games. They had all cartridge games were fake, and they were all overpriced, and they were selling them for realistic prices. And it was so crazy. You do not want to. Oh
no, it wasn't Johnny Arcade. It was Johnny Graphics. My bad. I thought it said Johnny Graphics. My bad. Sorry, I thought he was in here, but Johnny Graphics was the one that saw it. But yeah, I agree with you. Pokemon, as hot as it is, you know, in a busy area. And the other thing you want to watch for too is like, even though you're there as a customer, you always keep your eyes peeled from people slipping things in their pocket.
Yep. That does happen at conventions too. You know, things unfortunately do get stolen, and when you have that many people around, some of the thieves, they think it's easy to kind of slip away. I mean, we see all those, at least they pop up on my shorts feed of like the Pokemon card vendors and stuff, and then there's people who like shove them like in their sleeves, and then they're like, look, we caught this person stealing, and look this and look that, and you know, it's always sad.
Good comment from PNX World. They say, I always try to buy higher price items from people that I can trust, and I 100%. This goes back to Brandy, the whole deal or no deal, is making friends with a lot of the different vendors, because when you do that, you learn, you know, obviously their ethics, and you end up finding out that they're not going to sell anything that's fake. It's a trusted reseller. You can go there with confidence. You're not going to make them open up and crack open the game, because chances are they've already cracked it open and they know that it's legit if it's a cartridge base.
Exactly. And that's what you want to do. You want to build those relationships. I mean, if we're going to these conventions, we do see a lot of the same like resellers or, you know, game stores or different people. So, you know, you do want to build those relationships, because you also might work out something where you get deals. You might be able to trade things that they want that sell well there. They might be able to trade you things that maybe aren't moving. And, you work out that relationship, that nice friendship, that working, business relationship. And then next thing you know, you're getting good, cool stuff at every convention.
That's, and that's also good for even after the convention, because a lot of times if those resellers are local to you, and when I say local, like within an hour drive, right? Like you take a drive once in, Brandy, like maybe once a month or something, you get down to their store. A lot of times the owners aren't hard up for money, and they'll actually say, hey, this such and such came in, like Jason did for me down at Retro Gaming Asylum. The Miracle piano, he messaged me and he's like, hey, I have this completed box, show me, do you want it? And I was like, yeah. So he set it aside. I went down in a couple of weeks, picked it up, bought it. It's not like he was hard up for cash, that he needed the cash right away, and so we went down and we picked it up, and it was because I met him at Pittsburgh last year. I learned about his store. He came up to me out of the blue and handed me a Nintendo game. I'm trying to remember which one. Adventures of Lolo it was.
Nice.
And he's like, I heard you needed this one for your collection. And
wow.
I said, well, what do I owe you for? He's like, nothing. He's like, just stop over to my booth. He said, see my booth. I was like, so I went over. I ended up buying like 15 games off of him.
Wow.
But then I've been friends with him ever since, and connected. Same way with Kevin in here, CC Games. I met him because he was doing the 3D stuff, and he's not really local that I can drive to his shop per se. It's probably about an hour, 40 minutes maybe to his shop. But I see him every convention, and Will, you see him in here, and Mike, Wildcard, a lot of these guys. So it does help. Somebody was saying, Manny was saying about that.
Yeah, it's always fun when you get to catch up with everyone too. Like, you don't always have to just look at it as like business stuff. Like a lot of them will reach out. Sometimes you'll have dinner and stuff with them and lunch at these conventions, and you really get to know everyone. And I feel like that whole community part that's definitely like the best part of it. But it is also really nice when you go to these places and you can make those deals and you feel good about whatever you purchase, or you feel good about your whole trip out, and you got that really cool thing that you've been wanting. And they're so much fun, and it's like you never know what you might find, because you might go in there looking for one thing and then you see like 5 other things that you didn't even know or didn't remember existed, or they've been like somewhere on your list, but you never thought you'd be able to get those.
And sometimes that's make or break with these vendors, right? Like I will go find the vendors first and foremost that I know before I even go look at any of the other vendors a lot of times. Or when I say look to buy anything, I go to my go-to vendors, so to speak. So if they're there, they've made a relationship with me, and it's not just because they give me $1 off a game. It's because we built the relationship to the point where I know they've got quality stuff. And I also know sometimes they'll hold something back because they know that you're looking for it specifically, and they'll give you first shot at it at the convention, And I think that's awesome. So it's a two-way street. So they get the business, you go to them first, and then you're getting something that you've been looking for that you don't have to spend time search. Because Brandy, as content creators, we don't have all the time in the world to search the floor.
Oh, I've learned, like, the deeper I've gotten into this, the, like, less time that I have. So, like, we'll just do a quick little recap here. We'll go down this little path. So when I first started, I never got, like, a table or anything. So I would just show up to these events, and I would go around, shop, chit-chat, wander around like a stray little puppy, just, like, looking lost, doing my thing.
You mean like you do,
time.
like you do now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And, just looking for little treats out there, And then, you just mosey on over, you hang out with people after, you go out, you grab a bite to eat, this and that. And then when you get a table, and then I guess, like, the more you're involved in this, it's like, oh no, I forgot to eat. Oh no, I have this panel going on in like an hour. And I'm not complaining, because I love every little chaotic moment. But then you're like, oh no, we only have 1 day left and I have no videos done, or I don't have anything done, and oh no, I still haven't went shopping yet. I need to find some Super Nintendo games, or I need to find this. I haven't bought one item yet. And it's just like, it gets crazier and crazier. So you think you have all the time in the world, but when you're having fun and when you're seeing so many people, that time goes by so quick. And next thing you know, that convention is like wrapping up, and you're like, I didn't even get to say hi to everyone.
I know, it's insane, and that's when I sit here and I think about like 4 days, I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those 4 days, actually, once we get to Friday, that's when things like exponentially speed up, because now that's when Korgs is going to kick in, because Korgs load in is on Friday. Saturday, when my wife gets there, it just seems like Saturday and Sunday is just like a blur. Like everybody's just flying and everything's getting done. And then next thing you know, you're tearing down. And like you said, the little bit of time that you had with some of your friends of doing, content creation and and CC Games, Kevin, he's saying the same thing here in the chat room. He's like, with Siege, he's like, man, he's there. He's like, there's so many people I wish I talked to. You just never have enough time.
Exactly. And like, by the time everything's done, it's like you want to see everyone, you want to do this, you want to do that. You have all the plans in the world, and it's like nothing ever really goes to plan anymore. Like for Cleveland, like we're going to have to continue chatting and planning, because like it's so short of a time, even though it seems like forever. It seems so long, but we have so much stuff to do that it's just going to be wild. So we're going to have to really stay to, making the content, sticking to the live panels, the live shows. Like we're going to have to figure out everything, because there's so much on like the back end that you have to plan out, that it's not, you can't just show up and wing it. Like you can't just hope for the best. Like, hey, I'm here. Hi.
Well, the good news is you'll have Stephanie there and my wife will be there. They'll keep us on track.
Yeah.
They'll keep us on. They'll keep us on. Because there's a lot of stuff, like I know you and I, we got to take a bunch of pictures because of people are getting tired of seeing the same old thumbnail freeze frame picture thumbnails of us. So we're going to be doing a lot of that in Cleveland. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Brandy and I want to do where we get stuff for the Game Masters, and it's just, there's just so much. It's just so much to do and so little time to do it. And recoup. Are you guys coming out to SoCal Gaming Expo?
At some point, yes. It's on my list. It hasn't worked out with the scheduling. I think this year was the same time I went to the Game and Geek Expo in North Carolina, so it didn't pan out the timing wise. I think, was it the same weekend? It might have been the same weekend.
I think it's the same weekend, yeah.
Or something, just like this year. So at some point, I'd love to go out there. So we'll see. But I am going out to Retro World Expo, and Pixel Game Squad, they did invite me out. So, maybe when I get there, I'll have to chit chat and see like the best way that, someone who is not familiar with SoCal and familiar with, California and the West Coast, like, need to try and figure out all the behind the scenes ends on that.
Yeah, the problem is you're not going to get your perlers to SoCal.
Well, I could in my backpack. I'm
that's true.
They are small enough. I'm thinking about bringing them to Rick's. If I can get a table there. Just set up just a few little
put
things.
Them in a
I'm not
duffel
gonna
bag.
have all this crazy stuff, but they could fit in a backpack. They're very small perler.
I can see it now. Brandy comes off the plane and it looks like she has a duffel bag. And Stephanie's going to be like, they're going to think you have a body hidden in that thing. And she's going to get stopped at every security checkpoint, and they're just going to see perlers in there. As far as the eye can see.
I'm going to be wheeling and dealing at the airport.
There
Get your perler beads, $5. $5, get your perler beads. I'm going to sell out at the airport just so I can
you can buy everything there.
Ubers.
All right, so on this note, we also asked our wonderful community that we have here, and a few of you guys sent in some videos with your tips on the conventions, the deal or no deal. So we're going to take you guys to that right now.
Hey, this is Michael Rickard from Wildcard Video Games. You are watching Game Masters on YouTube. Enjoy.
what are your thoughts?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
All right, here we go. LL Cool Games here with some convention shopping advice. Shop with your phone, all right? Don't give in to that immediate desire to take the dopamine hit, all right? Southeast Game Exchange this year. Walking around, boom. Trophy, something that we've been looking for a while. The Hori Wii U, right, clicks into the Motion Plus controller for Pokken Tournament. Cool thing. Don't see it very often. 65 sealed in a cardboard box, whatever that means. Okay, take a picture. I now have that as reference, okay? Later on, when we're talking after we've been at the con, flip back through. Oh, yep, that was there. I remember where it was, blah, blah, blah. Walking around on Friday, back on Saturday. I waited. There's not a lot of other people who are out after these controllers, are there? So, walking around on Saturday, shopping with the husband, kind of came around a corner in one of these awesome booths that had like the built-up walls. Oh my gosh, some of the booths at Southeast are amazing. Anyway, come around and bam, picture. Here's the controller on a shelf. So you ask, hey, can I see that? They sit it down on the counter because they have like a built-up booth. Anyway, $30. And then what does he do? Boom, pulls the other white version down off the shelf also $30. So we're at 60. They offer us 50 if we'll take him right now. Done. Because we waited. Because we knew our price point. Because I didn't give in to the excitement over seeing something that we have been looking for like a year now. You have to wait. You have to do your research. Otherwise, you're going to wind up spending more money than maybe you want to. But have fun. Enjoy. And as always, thanks for playing.
Well, thank you, Lindsay, for sending that in. That was an awesome suggestion. Don't let your money burn a hole in your pocket. Don't buy the first thing that you see. Great tip.
Exactly. Be patient. Good things will come. Always look for those deals. I think that's a great tip.
That's a great tip. And then we have David with our next tips. Let's check it out.
Game Masters, this is David B69. My opinion of the two things you want to do for if you're going to a gaming convention to get a good deal. Number one, buy in quantity. Generally, it's like I always check and everything, and I always have a list of things that I want to look for price charting, and I always try to go. It's like I compare their prices, and if they're like way exorbitantly higher than my price charting values, I generally walk along and continue moving on. But if I find something that is like really right at that price charting value, I try to see if I can get another $5 off or $10 max, depending on how many games I'm actually buying. If I'm like trying to get like 10 games, I don't think $1 per game is too much if the games are at a pretty good quality and price. Other secondary thing is trades. If you have something that is in the want, you could get a pretty good deal. I was at Siege this year, and I was able to trade a Pokemon game, and I pretty much got close to 90% of the trade-in value and pretty much swapped it for another game. I mean, these kind of deals happen at gaming conventions, and I'd recommend doing that like as much as possible. So, hope this was helpful. I look forward to watching the episode.
All right. I was just looking at the comment here by CC Games CEO. Price charting is to be fair is an average. You need to expect to pay a little bit more for great condition. That's a great point, but some of these resellers, Brandy, as you know, they think all their games are in excellent tip-top shape, and they sell it for the highest value possible, even though it's not the case.
No, exactly. And I mean, like he was just saying too, like you want to try and get a few dollars off. And especially if you are willing to trade, you're willing to bundle, get those bundle deals. Like if you're buying like 10 games, I don't see why you couldn't ask for a couple dollars off if you have cash or something, you know? So like he's saying, I don't think any of that's unreasonable. I think that's all great, helpful tips. And I mean, he was killing it at Siege, getting some good deals too. So it's just always fun, seeing what everyone else thinks, what everyone else goes for, and I like to go for some crazy stuff, so that's
Well,
what happened.
Speaking of crazy stuff, the first video here, do you want to talk about it before or after? Do you want to play it first so that they could see it, and then what do you want to do?
Yeah, we'll do them first.
All right, check this out. You want to talk about crazy?
Hey guys, it's Ahmer here, and we are at Southeast Game Exchange. And what did I find? So it is official. I just locked this down. Mario Kart is coming home with me, and I can't wait to add it in the game collection, in the game room. And I have no idea where this guy's going, but he's going to make a great companion to my Mario statue.
All right.
Yeah, that was insane. I got into a bidding war. I had people coming up to me, cheering me on. I mean, it was wild. But another point, too, with this is the next clip that you're going to see. That's from the same vendor. So this Mario Kart car and the next thing are from the same vendor. So, like, the more that you get to know these people, the, like, better options you're making when you're, like, working these deals and stuff, too. And then, if you are in bidding wars, they might pick you over some other people, so.
And just to preface this, this was before she learned about audio and buying a microphone. So before she talked to me and we got the microphone set up on her. So yeah, so if there's a lot, don't judge it. But here, check this out.
So here I am at the Southeast Game Exchange, and I had to pick up a display item. So of course, I saw this vintage Sega display, and of course it's coming home with me. So this will make an 8-hour trip back home to have this beautiful Sega display, and I can reunite it with some of the others that I have in my collection. So I'm just so excited to add this to my game.
Nice.
Yeah, that was another one. I got into a bidding war. Look, no microphone on at all, but here I am buying a whole Sega cabinet. I didn't even know it was for sale until I asked about it, and they said, "Oh yeah, Metal Jesus put in an offer." And I said, "Well, what was his offer? Because I'll beat him." And then next thing you know, I bid it up, and I won.
and to this day, Metal Jesus has not conversed with her to this day. In fact, when we were at Torg last year, he looked at her and he goes, "Stay back."
He was like, "Sega cabinet girl."
Yes.
I know you. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Nice.
He didn't do that. He was
nice.
In fact, I don't know if he remembered it. Did he?
I don't think he did remember it. But I was in his video, so there's no hard feelings. Same with the first one. Me and Retro Rick, we went back and forth. We still give each other a hard time about it, but all good, all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, whoever's willing to pay, right? Is whoever's willing to pay is who wins it.
Yeah, and I'm happy because I won both times. So
metal cabinet rocks. Wow. Okay, so if he watches this video, change his name to Metal Cabinet Rocks.
He's gonna be like, "I remember her now."
Well, what was funny was last year, if you guys go back and watch some of my Torg coverage, we're all sitting there at this table. We're sitting at the table, and we're trying to, I don't know if it was like a recap of the convention, and Brandy kept trying to change the subject by going, "Go Pittsburgh!" like while we were doing it, because we started going down a really. Do you remember that? We started going down a.
I don't even know what was going on.
Remember, Metal Jesus, Game Dad, and Square Pegs came over and like ambushed our the booth, and they started talking to Retro Trade about like which kid was his favorite. Do you remember that? And we were just like sitting there like
took a whole left turn.
Oh,
like, what in the world?
We didn't know where they were going with it, so she kept trying to bring us back on track. And Metal Jesus, you could see him like he's like running away, trying to get away from this. It was madness. I blame Game Dad for that one.
It was fun. It was fun.
But we had a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, these are the things that, you make the memories at the conventions, and these are the things that, it's a lot of fun. And so she does a lot more of the walking around filming stuff. I had a few of them, but I agree, that's a no deal. I'm more at a table in a booth, and I don't even have to produce. I sit there and I just talk, and my kids are sitting there switching the cameras. It's a great
Yeah,
thing.
you're just having fun.
That's what you have the kids for. So now Brandy found a honey hole. She's not going to tell you where it is because she's a gatekeeper. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
She's already been accused of that, so I'm not calling her that.
Now.
She was accused when she posted what she found. She was accused of being a gatekeeper, just like we talked about a couple weeks ago. If you missed that podcast, go back and watch it.
Yeah, now you'll learn exactly what that means if you don't know.
100%.
So, for pickups of the week here.
Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Chris Sebastian from Play It Games, Movies, and Music, serving Central Ohio with 3 locations. You are watching Game Master.
So I know they're not all video games, but one of them was a Crash Bandicoot puzzle. So check all my socials because you'll see that picture. The rest of them are up here because I have them in this room. This place had new old stock, okay? I'm not going to tell you where because I have some deals already made up. But look how crazy this is. Brand new, still sealed, Hulk Hogan tablecloth from 1991. I mean, look at all of these. Like, just throwbacks. I mean, when are you going to see this stuff? Literally, just so many tablecloths. Just so crazy. Like, just wild stuff. And then even these. These are throwback. These went right into my collection. Small Soldiers. These, like, activity and coloring books. All, like, dead old stock. Just from 1998. 1991, 1998. Just all kinds of stuff. They had, Rugrats stuff. Digimon. There's literally so much stuff. I got a lot of stuff. So if you guys do want some of this stuff, hit me up at the conventions if I still have them. But yeah, that puzzle was pretty cool. It's like a foam puzzle. There's several on eBay, and they go between like 25, 30, like all the way up. Just like each of these items, like there's tablecloths go for like $50 or something. Like just crazy stuff. So, definitely excited to find some of this added into the collection here. I have some for giveaways, so make sure you guys stay tuned. And I'm super pumped because now they're going to look cool on my Small Soldier shelf over there. And then just so much. It's going to look cool.
I'm at a loss of words. I've never seen somebody get that excited for paper tablecloths in my life. So
hey, you got to live your best life here.
No, I get it. I'm like, wow. Digimon. Oh boy, that sounds
it
like
still works.
Sounds like something my 2-year-old would be like riding in the car, annoying me with by pressing the buttons.
These are like those little interactive books, still sealed, still work. Fox Kids on the back. Like this is a throwback. This thing is over 25 years old.
You better check those batteries though in there because they might be all like.
I know, I was thinking that, but I got
swap
a couple
them out.
just to throw on the shelf here. But
yeah,
I was super excited about that. I was having a good time finding all this stuff.
She was crawling around in rat poop and everything.
Hey, finding the deals, okay? You find the deals.
Oh yeah, they made a lot of those books with the sound. My daughter, I think she has a Baby Shark one. And they have different ones, but back in the day they had that was a big thing for people.
Turtles. Power Rangers. I just went into a store and I took a video. I haven't posted the video yet, but when you see it, I did a video with the Power Rangers, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know they used to have like animal sound ones. I'm sure they had so many others too. No, all this stuff was clean. This stuff was all clean.
No, he's talking about he's talking about washing it off of you since you were crawling around in it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I am fine.
See what she's not telling you is for all the gatekeepers out there where she found it. She didn't want to tell you this. She went dumpster diving. She found a spot behind her local mall. I'm sorry, Brandy. I have to tell them. Because otherwise they're going to call you a gatekeeper.
I know, it's crazy.
But luckily it wasn't Chinese day and they didn't dump Chinese food in there and it was just mice and rat poop. But you were dumpster diving and they just threw it away.
Yeah, that would be pretty terrible if food and stuff was mixed in. That would be no good. No good. I would not be doing that.
Nope.
I'm not crawling around.
So those that are calling her a gatekeeper, if you want to go dumpster diving, just go behind her local mall. You'll just don't be afraid to dive in there, go through some stuff, and you'll find the treasures.
Yeah, and if you're looking for anything, let me know. Because if I got some doubles, I'll hook you up. You know.
Yeah, then you don't have to dumpster dive. She'll hook you up.
You just get all the nice stuff. You know. I'll do all the hard work. You just let me know. We'll figure it out together. Just let me know what you're looking for, and I'll see if they got it. And because I'm excited to add things into my collection. I'm pumped. I haven't seen this small soldier stuff since back in the day, and then now I got these like cool coloring books. The one has like actual like colored images in there, like just a throwback. Like that is so crazy. They had stickers and everything.
So I think Toilet Clogger knows you too well. He was like, Brandy dresses as a raccoon dumpster diving so she doesn't get caused suspicious. You look just like Mario, Tanuki Mario, right?
Yeah, don't tell all my secrets though.
I know he's giving it all away. But
don't tell everyone.
In all honesty, like she was going dumpster diving and finding that stuff. Like I was telling her, we went to, in our area we have like the 60-mile long yard sale. It goes from where my house is and it goes all the way up almost to Lake Erie. And people, it's just one Saturday, one weekend a year, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday they start it. And I was telling Brandy, and I didn't find one video game until we were like, I think we were almost done for the day. It was almost like 2 or 3 o'clock, and the baby was like getting tired. She's like, I'm done. We were looking for clothes for her mainly, but Brandy, I found like 4 PlayStation 4 games. One of them was Cyberpunk, and they wanted $10 each for them, and they looked like they were run over by a car a few times.
Jeez.
So, in my area right now, in even at the yard sales, like I even asked people because I wanted to see if somebody got there before me, and grabbed the video games, and I was like, so do you have any video games? And they're like, no, not at all. I said, you didn't sell them by chance, did you? And they're like, no, we didn't have any. So that was kind of a bust.
Yeah, I'm just curious on how many places exist that still have old stuff out there. Like, where are these warehouses at? Like, this is so insane to me that stuff like this exists. Like, you could still buy stuff from 1991 and 1998. Like, that is crazy.
So the theory, Brandy and I were talking about this before the show started. And let's see what you guys think in the chat room here. We were talking about we believe that there are some warehouses out there that may have still sealed NES games, Atari games, all those types of games, just sitting in a giant box somewhere. Because we know that's true. I know that's true for loose Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious because if they release them to the public, let's say there's stadium events sitting in like 4 or 5 different big giant gyrons in there, like that would make stadium events basically worthless.
Well, I know that there's some places that exist because you see them in everyone's YouTube videos that they have these warehouses. They sell sealed games. They even said that they wait every so often to start selling things because they don't want the price of the things to go down. They are gatekeepers. Don't call me a gatekeeper for keeping, my honey hole where I found a couple coloring books at. Like, like if you want a coloring book, I'll hook you up with a coloring book. But it's like, there are some people that manipulate the market and they do that. Like they find some of these expensive games and all that stuff. Yeah, like people are saying, didn't someone find the ET landfill? Like, there's places that have stuff, and I'm sure it's the same way with Pokemon stuff. Like I'm sure there's like more out there, and they're just manipulating the market and stuff is hot and
because
I can order from them.
he can order from it. Because they're gonna charge value right now, but they're not gonna tell you how many they have in stock, right?
Yeah.
And so they just release a little bit out into the wild,
Mm-hmm.
Every few years, because more and more collectors are holding on to their stuff, so they got to get it out there floating around. And they're more than the going rate, according to Kevin. Just not in the U.S. That's the other thing. They probably have them sitting there, I'm sure everything that we're collecting and we're hoarding right now, I bet you could find them, like Stephanie's saying, in other countries, in warehouses, or even in our country in warehouses of everything. Oh, there's a documentary. Yeah, I remember I was reading a Reddit post earlier this week on this. That's what made me start thinking about this, that Retro Bro says, yeah, there was a whole documentary on the landfill. I think it was on Netflix. It's very good. I'll have to check it out. But Johnny Arcade says, I got to help clean one out. 36,000 square feet. It wasn't games. It was a retro computer and video stuff. Paid the owner $25 for a 14-inch PBM. See, that's the thing. Yeah. I bet you there's all that stuff in there too, right?
It's like everything. There's literally everything. Like there's stuff that it doesn't matter what hobby you're in. I'm sure there's like collectible sports stuff. There's cards, there's cars, there's car parts, there's...
Well, we already know what they do with, like, when the team doesn't win the Super Bowl or the team doesn't win, World Series, and they've already made the merchandise for it. They send it to other countries.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff technically would be a collector's item because they didn't actually win.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, it's wild. It's just you gotta do the research and find this stuff, and you gotta help get that stuff out there so that people can enjoy the stuff. There's no good just sitting in warehouses like rotting away and being exposed to elements and all this stuff with the floods and the fires and the this and the that. Like, find this stuff and get it out there to the world. I don't think anything's wrong with that.
No, I agree, and that's the thing. With all this stuff, right? Like, is it really worth what people, what it's going for right now? Like, I've kind of purposed in my head. I've gotten to the point where I'm collecting because it's the stuff that I want, not necessarily that it's worth a ton or it's worth thousands, because that could change tomorrow. Everything could change.
Everything could drop, and none of this is worth anything. And is that okay? That would be
is that okay?
Fine.
Are you gonna sit there with your collection and be happy with it?
Yeah.
If it's worth $100, or like I collected a lot of football and basketball, baseball cards from the 90s. Those cards were overproduced. They aren't worth squat unless you're getting them graded. Okay. I ended up selling my whole collection at one time. That collection was worth thousands of dollars, but then it was overproduced.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up selling it for $100. I didn't care. We wanted to get it out of here. It was sitting in the other room. It was just, But when I was a kid, I was sitting there going, everybody kept telling me, oh, when you're older, you'll be able to buy a house with this stuff. It'll be worth all this money and this and that. No.
That's what they say. Same with Beanie Babies. I was supposed to be able to buy like 10 houses with that.
Yep. And now I got rid of it, and I ended up buying video games with my cards and not look back. And I'm the question comes up then: would you be willing to do that if your collection was worth $100? There's a lot of people that are out there right now that are saying, like, look, if you want to get the most value out of your collection, sell it now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the prime time was during the pandemic because everything was so much. If I was in it just for the money, then I should have sold it all then because things have went down significantly.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like, I know what I got in these items. And if I'm paying a couple bucks here and there, and a few things I've paid like closer to like retail, but it's like, I enjoy it. I love it. Like, if this stuff plummeted tomorrow, I'd still keep it. I wouldn't get rid of it. Like, I'd enjoy the stuff. Like, I like looking at the stuff. It brings me back those memories. Like, I can remember dressing up as different Power Rangers as a kid, and I had some of these, and I circled some of these play sets in those little Sears catalogs and Toys R Us ones for the holidays. And I wanted some of them, and I never got them. And then getting them and just getting to, like, not play, like, I wouldn't say I play with the toys and stuff. You know, I'm not sitting
She
on the
plays with 'em.
ground actively setting it all up and playing with it. Or maybe I am, but it's like, you know, I get to like see it, open it, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. This reminds me of like back in the day, and how cool would this have been, you know, to sit down and play with this. Same with like the turtle stuff. Like, you know, just seeing this stuff, it's like, I love these toys and stuff. And same with the video games. Just
Yeah.
because it's a bad game doesn't mean it's not fun. There's a lot of fun ones that I'm rediscovering now, or like, I'm like, wow, I do remember that. You know, my neighbor had that.
Well, and that's, I guess that's what we're saying with the deal or no deal with when you know, go to a convention. Don't just buy something because you think it's going to be worth something 10 years from now or 20 years from now or even 30 years from now. Take a look at it. It's got to be something like, I think Lindsay said it best. They were looking for those grips for their Switches, and you know, she was trying to get the most bang for her buck. That's what you guys should be doing when you're going to a convention. Look for stuff if you're trying to get a full set. Look for stuff for that, or if you're looking for stuff that's unique. You know, like Kevin, there's not too many people that are doing the 3D print at the conventions now. Some of them we've seen, there was like 2 or 3, but they're all doing something different, right? So, you know, Kevin could bring all his games, but he's bringing niche stuff. Like, he could sell his games till the cow comes home at home, but he's selling more of the 3D print stuff at the conventions. So, you know, that's the other thing, you know, the 3D print stuff, not really worth anything because it's 3D printed, but it's cool. So those are the types of things like you and I, we look for because we want to see it. I'm not going there to be like, oh, I just got this $300 game for $10. Like, I don't care because it's probably not going to be worth $300, you know, in a couple of years. So I agree, Retro Bro. It all goes in waves. He's 100% right. Man, like 10 years ago, nobody gave a crap about Genesis PS1 games, and now there's, especially PS1, is ridiculous. Kevin says, I like going to cons and doing something different. Exactly. I think if people did that, you know, they'd sell a lot more stuff. Marv says it has opened up the possibility of getting some Xbox stuff that all of the collectors have. True.
Yeah, because he's saying that people are selling off their stuff, and that's true.
I love games that are gifts from family that that are no longer living. The memories are worth more. And Kevin says
exactly.
Genesis is heating up. So as we go into this, we're going to wrap this up here because I have an early day tomorrow to get out there to GDEX and Korg. So I invite you if you're out in the area. Brandy's been spitting out videos. Do you have anything coming out for the rest of this week that people should be aware of?
I sure hope so. Yeah, I drop stuff all the time. Like every day something is coming out.
I know when you were calling in the show, you were dropping stuff going to your chair. I mean,
yeah, it is. I know it is a mess. No one wants to see this. There are like coloring books, and there's bobbleheads. I got more bobbleheads.
More bobbleheads.
I ordered more. I have like 7 more on the way. I have a real problem. One of these days we're gonna do an intervention. And I'm gonna ignore everything that y'all say. But yeah. I have stuff everywhere. So plenty of content coming. I went to a bunch of video game stores and I made more content, more videos. So I picked up tons of games, tons of cool things, more bobbleheads, more honey hole spots. I mean, you don't want to miss out on any of this stuff. So make sure you're subscribed to Game Raymer. And you got to subscribe to Tech Buzz because he's going out to the convention this weekend. He's going to have great content. Can't wait to see how that is. And then in a couple weeks, you know, we'll be out at Cleveland together. And then next week I'll be out at Retro World Expo. So, I mean, just all over the place. Oh, and tons of Rugrats stuff.
Yeah, and William, you always say that we never get to do dinner. So we got to go out to dinner. One of the days, either, you know, Thursday, Friday, something along those lines. So make sure you come find me. Rugrats to the rescue.
Yeah, another one of them books that I got. I got this book at the little honey hole place. So
yeah, let's put this out there too. Marbs just did a video on Metal Eden. He did a review of it, and if you like Doom and Quake shooters, this one's the one to see. Go over to his channel and check it out. Give it a look. MG says, next gaming convention I go to, I'm hoping to pick up a biometric door lock. I already did that. He's poking fun at me.
Nice.
Hey, I like my biometric door lock, all right? And they sent it to me. I was totally happy with that. But guys, we really appreciate it. I know we're ending a little early. We're ending after an hour. I know, can you believe it? An hour? Usually we go almost 2 hours.
Wow.
Everybody's going to Korgs and GDEX tomorrow. Get your rest, get your sleep. I got to pack up some computers. I got to get the podcast up. I got to get showered. I got to get to bed. I got to finish packing. Guys, we will see you at GDEX and Korgs. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can watch it. And if Brandy's around at some point this weekend, maybe we can get her on the remote call to GDEX and Korgs. She'll have to let me know. I know she's got a lot of stuff planned this weekend. But if she's around, we'll have to see.
Yeah. If I can get away from buying bobbleheads, then
get away.
Maybe
from,
I can make that work.
Get away from buying bobbleheads.
Yeah,
guys. So, all right, guys. We will see you later. Goodbye.